Welcome back. It's been a little while since we've been able to watch the Birds in game action, but they are finally back from their bye week and now set to take on the Packers on Monday Night Football in Green Bay tonight. It's a big matchup for both teams, so let's go ahead and talk about it with sports radio host Ryan Rothstein. Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing good. Finally, we have an Eagles game day to talk about,
I mean, we were just talking about this. It feels like it has been 15 years since the last time that we have watched the Eagles again in game action. I mean, how much are you looking forward to this game tonight?
Yeah, it's been way too long. I feel like the last time they played, I had a full head of hair. The Phillies had like a fireworks night. I mean, it was like, when was the last time this team has played? It's absolutely crazy, but you know what? I think the bye came at a perfect time, smack dab in the middle of the season, and yeah, let's get ready for some Monday Night Football.
Now, the Eagles, as we all know, they were busy during the bye week. Howie Roseman, of course, making some deals to boost the defense, getting Jalen Phillips, Michael Carter, Jair Alexander. I mean, how much better do you feel about the defense now than maybe you did a couple of weeks ago?
Trade deadline is Howie Roseman's season. It's Howie's time to shine. It always is. So yeah, I feel a whole heck of a lot better. You threw a lot of names out there, Lindsay. Another name who's making his return tonight, Brandon Graham.
Right.
Out of retirement, so he's finally back after getting a few weeks of practice under his belt. I'm really excited to see Jalen Phillips come up from Miami. They've addressed the defensive line. You look at how they won the Super Bowl last year. It was by getting pressure to the quarterback, particularly Patrick Mahomes. They've been good. They haven't been great this year. So to address that defensive line, never satisfied Howie Roseman. I'm excited to see how it plays out.
The league has to be scared of Howie Roseman, right?
Yes, you have to be very scared of Howie. I don't know how they answer his calls. If I'm a general manager, he is blocked, he's ignored, he is not in my contacts. But hey, all power to him.
Now, on the other side, obviously, we know that the Packers have now added Micah Parsons as well. How do you see him faring tonight?
Yeah, Dallas Cowboy, now Green Bay Packer. Eagles fans still don't like that man's face very much, but he's a menace. He's an absolute menace. He's a guy that when he's out on the field, you're going to have to tailor your entire game plan specifically to him. So he's a problem. He's certainly going to be someone that you almost say we have to maybe try and contain, but we're not going to be able to fully shut him down. And the Eagles have so many weapons. They're coming off the bye, like I said, at the right time. Nick Sirianni, 11-1 in his career as a head coach when he has, quote, extra time to prepare. There's so many factors, and we'll get into a prediction at the end, but so many factors favoring the Eagles. Parsons is just one favoring the Green Bay Packers.
Right. Now, turning to the Green Bay offense, the Packers, of course, suffered a big loss when tight end Tucker Kraft tore his ACL. Talk about maybe what that would mean for the Packers offense.
It's a huge blow. I'm never rooting for injury, of course, but it's another loss for this Green Bay team now who seems to be depleted offensively. Kraft was on pace to go for over 1,200 yards receiving. He's done for the year now. They're shorthanded at wide receiver as well. This is a team that played a lot of 12 personnel offensively, which means focus on the tight ends, 2 tight ends in offensively. You lose Kraft for the year. I don't know what this offense looks like. The Green Bay Packers are the definition, Lindsay, of Jekyll and Hyde. They're a team that beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're a team that's coming off an ugly, embarrassing loss to Carolina. So you're not really sure what version of them you're going to get.
Now, you touched on it, perfect timing. I mean, say what you want. Some people say it factors into it. Some people say that it doesn't. But, of course, they are dealing with that tough loss last week to the Panthers.
Yeah.
How much do you think that that's going to fuel them now this week?
We'll see, right? Is that a bad loss or are they a bad team? Right, like that's the question. 5-2-1. I don't know how many championship seasons are looked back upon and you say, man, that tie was really great. Right? Like teams that end up going on to make deep playoff runs, there's typically not a tie looped in to their season. So I bring that up because, like I just said a minute ago, this Green Bay Packers season has been so strange. Yes, they're coming off an ugly loss. Yes, they're at home on Monday Night Football at the historic Lambeau Field. That will fuel them. We'll see. But it can only fuel them and it can only take them so far.
And not to mention, too, the Packers going up against the Eagles specifically. There may even be a sense of revenge in this as well. The Packers season, of course, last year started and ended with losses to the Eagles, game 1 in Brazil, and then, of course, the loss in the playoffs. I mean, do you feel like that there might be an emotional factor in there as well?
Sure, there's some emotional factors, but how about an emotional factor for the Philadelphia Eagles? This Green Bay Packers team, let's all remember, they tried to ban the tush push. All right, so shame on them. If we want to get emotional here, we can get emotional, Lindsay, right? Nick Sirianni, I hope he has that stored somewhere in the back of his mind because they tried and they failed. So there's a lot of revenge factors that are going to be tied into this matchup tonight.
Yeah. Now, we talked about it earlier. Do you have any sort of prediction for us for tonight?
I think this is all Eagles. I really do. I mentioned Nick Sirianni's record when he's extra prepared, especially coming off a bye. This Eagles team's getting healthy at the right time. Saquon's going to be involved. I think they're going to look to get back to their identity on the ground. Devontae Smith's been awesome. Dallas Goedert went into the bye week leading the entire NFL in receiving touchdowns. There's just weapons galore. We addressed the defensive side and how Howie Roseman stockpiled a bunch of assets at the trade deadline. So I just think it's all Eagles against a Packers team that you have no idea what they're about. They're trending downward. So I say 31-13. That's my long-winded answer, 31-13 Eagles.
I like it, Ryan. I think fans will like that, too.
I hope so. I hope so, yeah.
Now, if people want to follow you, how can they do that?
Appreciate it. @WiseRye on social media. Do you see it right there on the screen? I don't need to spell it out. @WiseRye.